Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Fintech Frenzy. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a good day. We got lots to talk about, uh, but most importantly, it's Nubank, and Nubank is showing off good numbers. We're happy to be alive. We're happy to be investors in this day and age because there's money to be made in fintechs that move. Not all of them can stay or can say the same. Not all of them that I'm holding can say the same. Dang. All right. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into some numbers, some charts, some digits, and also cover a couple other stories as well. So, for example, we're going to be covering PayPal in this thing, Coinbase, Robinhood, Nubank specifically, and Affirm if we get around to it. I only have a 30-minute show today, so I am not always late. You guys were late, okay? I was late to posting or putting it up, but in terms of me actually going live, that was right on time. All right. Let me sit forward. Holy, why are we purple? Nubank, let's get into it. I'll just go straight there. Actually, I have not updated these numbers. Don't look at this. I have not, this is old news, but we can look at all the charts. These are updated. Customer breakdown for Nubank. Let me make big. Okay. So in Q1 of 2020, or let's just say Q2 of 2020, there was 26 million and 100,000 members on Nubank, almost exclusively, or maybe exclusively, all in Brazil. When did we start counting Mexico? Was it there? It looks like it was here. It's just too low for the bar to pick it up. I can also just go and check the actual numbers. I have them. Let's see. Mexico, yeah, we got 100,000 in Q4 of 2020. Well, we have gone a long way, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up to 104.6 million users in their customer breakdown. You can see the charts. Colombia booming, okay? Mexico booming, all right? Brazil, 56% of the adult population. Extremely hard to get any breakout charts here, but it does its best. All right. Revenue breakdown. This is still heavily interest income. We are a lender, but we are bringing in new high total fees and commission incomes. Interest earning portfolio. We actually did not see that large of an increase. However, they said they are going to continuously put more money into their secured lending side, which is going to have like sort of a double-sided sort of effect where they really think that it's going to impact lower defaults, right? The credit yields on those products are going to go way down, however, because it is secured lending. They can't charge the same if it's very little risk comparatively to unsecured credit cards or unsecured personal loans, which has been the bulk of their business. Now, in terms of their non-performing loans, this was one of the red flags of the quarter, where you can see this massive uptick in their 90-plus day delinquent loans up to 7%. This is still below the average whenever it comes to LATAM's competitors, okay, in Brazil specifically. Now, what they said is about back in Q4 of 2022, they started to expand their credit boxes. And most recently, they've been really ramping that up, because if you are taking on 56% of the adult population, yes, you're growing high income individuals, you're growing middle class, but you're also growing lower income as well. Not just income, but also, risk, whether like the chance that someone pays you back might be, it definitely leans more lower income, but it can be a middle class or upper class problem as well. So yeah, they've expanded downward towards more riskier loans. But with that, it's not taking on all risk with no upside. They are also benefiting from much better yields on those loans. So that's why you're going to see much higher earnings on their lending for things like credit cards and unsecured personal loan products. We can see all of these charts. I mean, new accounts continuously growing so much. I should actually break this down on a per geography basis so then you guys can see Colombia and Mexico, because this quarter was the first quarter where we started seeing, actual Colombian numbers coming into this mix. Same with deposits, right? Whenever you have new accounts, you start getting those deposits in. And that was significant. What's going on with this one? I've definitely broken a chart here somehow. That doesn't look right. I can go check in on that, but let me go see. Where is gross profit? It gets so big, you got to start typing. Yep, that's not right. Why is it broken? Oh, this is supposed to be, these are supposed to be positive numbers, not negative numbers. Okay, let me go back. Gross profit per member, that looks way better. little fixing of the Excel, that's fine. So they show off their numbers in negatives. I just have to port them over into positives. Yeah. Anyway, so $13.01 and $8.90 on a gross profit per product basis. So although revenue per member, we can see here, ended up decreasing just slightly quarter over quarter from Q1 of 2024. The same cannot be said about the gross profit breakdown, which in fact actually re-accelerated, and the margins on this has just blown expectations dramatically. So expectations were about 43.1% gross profit margins. What we ended up getting was a 47.7%, I think it was. Just mind-blowing statistics. Nubank, not always a profitable company, but that has changed. And in fact, the margins are just getting stupid. 17.11% on a GAAP net income basis, 20% on an adjusted net income basis. It's stupid, okay? It's going to get dumb. What did I change? Oops, did I go back too much? All right. Purchase volume, doing great. One of the things that they said is their fastest growing cohort for purchase volume is actually high income individuals, their highest bracket. So they look at it like lower income, middle income, what they call super core. So middle income is called core, and then higher to mid or mid to higher income is super core, and then high income at the top. Their fastest growing segment out of all of those is their high income bracket. And one of the things that they're seeing is that they're getting a ton of purchase volume right now. So those people don't necessarily need access to credit the same way that maybe other people need it for, maybe if they're missing payments or something like this, but they can still get all of the juicy cashback rewards and everything that individuals may be receiving if they're spending through Nubank. Sorry. This was the adjusted net income. Massive increases. In fact, the 20% is off the charts. So you can see that red line goes into the abyss, but no higher. All right. Oh, I still got to change this. There are a couple things in here that I'm missing, but don't worry. For the most part, it's updated. All right. Monthly RPAC to cost to serve. I should do one on gross profit as well. 90 cents to serve a member. $11.20 a month is what we receive back. Okay, and nearly 13.4x on a turnaround there from how much we pay to how much we receive. Disgusting. Okay. Number of employees actually ticked up, but revenue per employee actually still saw an increase. But this is the highest amount of employees that we saw for some time. What happened here, we got up to 8,000 and then started dipping below, I think all the way to 7,600 at the lowest. This was because they started looking at the teams that they had within Nubank as being, one team for new accounts, one team for new invest, one team for new credit cards, and actually consolidated them all into one holistic team. So whenever that happened, there was a ton of cutting. And the reason why it was only this much cutting is because still this entire time they were still hiring due to more activity overall. They were cutting jobs that were ended up being, duplicates or roles that they didn't need multiples of. So there were a ton of cuts, but overall headcount is going to climb. It's not like we can continue to just bring headcount down and grow a business to 100 plus million users. One of the best ways to look at this is employee count per 100,000 customers, which, by the way, if you look at their competitors, are all above 100. Okay. So they have about an employee per 1,000. They have about 8 employees per 100,000, and that continues to drop over time. So instead of just looking at headcount, instead of just looking at revenue per headcount, look at employees per, break down whatever statistic you want. I'm using 100,000 because they have 100 million. So less than 8. Stupidly fun. All right. Geographical mix, this is still very much a Brazilian business. We're not going to break out of that for some time, but that is the mix so far. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Well, lots of fun little toys to look at. All right. This is how you value Nubank right here. Stock-based compensation was one that I'm like, all right. I mean, like, come on now. You got a good name, but let's keep it under the 4%. I would love that. Customer acquisition costs. Someone during the live stream said they don't talk about it. Thank God they don't need to, and we can do the math. $9.18 per member acquired for the amount that they spent in sales and marketing. Like I said, these numbers are not updated. I'll need to update them. But yeah. So let's just throw this here and then go here and then go here. How do I just make that so it fits? Yeah. Charts everywhere. I know, right? Great charts. Great charts think alike. Okay, customers. Here's another way to look at these things. Customers, 104.5 million, up 5% quarter over quarter, or up 24.85% year over year. The percentage of non-Brazilian customers, I love this line, 8.7%. This has been nothing but increasing over time. They will, and also like a dramatic increase over time, 1.2%. Very exciting. Colombia, adding 400,000 new members. They haven't added anything like this since being a public company, since being in that geography. So this is really them like going after the checking and savings accounts products. Okay. Now that they've broken into those, I really expect an acceleration. We're going to see, 2+ million users in Colombia in a very quick succession. The problem is like Brazil has 95 million users on their platform right now. Okay. That's 56% of the population. Colombia can never get there. I think the population in Colombia is something like 58 million, something like that. And Mexico is a little bit closer to Brazil, but still not close enough. So getting to the 95 million customer marks for these geographies will be a very hard stretch. One of the things that they did say for Mexico is that for the amount of deposits that were deposited into fintechs specifically, Nubank collected 70% of that between Colombia and Mexico. 70%. Now, clearly, fintechs is sort of a cop-out way for them to say, hey, look how much market we own, when really it's the traditional financial companies that Nubank is here to compete with. That's what they do in Brazil, right? I mean, why look at it in different terms? So one of the things that they said is that about 12% of the total market in all of Mexico owns a credit card. You know what company or what country was in very similar ways? Was Brazil. Now it's not. Now it's a high majority of people have a credit card. Well, how could that possibly be? How over the last decade could that statistic have changed so fast? You're looking at it. Nubank was a massive part of shifting literally the entire country's statistics. Tanner, how could that be? Well, I mean, they have a relationship with 56% of the population. So like they do have a massive impact on the population's numbers. I think that, and management thinks the same, that Mexico is going to be sort of the same respect. That the 12% of total credit card penetration is a low number, and that Nubank over time, and this is according to not David Velez, who was it? Some upper management person. I'll need to get the name after this. That they actually believe that Mexico will have the same total addressable market as Brazil, regardless of the population difference, because of how much people on average make in Mexico being higher than Brazil, as well as the opportunity that so many people do not have these financial products, that if Nubank comes in, they may be really the only real player in the credit card space. Yes, there are very real and very successful banks, but they're doing it at such a slow pace and with maybe not as many benefits to the actual consumer. It if I like I'd be more terrified running a bank in a country that Nubank is trying to get into than I would be if I was like a truck driver and Tesla was making like autopilot. I mean, honestly, I am more worried about the other opponents against Nubank. They have no freaking chance. It's incredible if you actually start like reading their blogs and seeing, hey, how many products do they put out per week that are enhancing customer value? Oh, it's on a consistent basis for an industry that people would have thought would have been very slow. 50% of their headcount in Nubank are related to technology and engineers. So just to give you some perspective on how they're thinking about product development and increasing user satisfaction. Pretty interesting here. Products per customer has stayed pretty consistent over the last 3 quarters. Activity rate. This is insane. So this is a number that tracks if somebody is making a revenue generating action on Nubank. So not just signing on, but some sort of, tap a credit card, tap a debit card, go out and what do you call it? Get a personal loan or sign up for a new product. It continues to increase to 83.4%. These are mind-blowing statistics. Okay, here's another mind-blowing statistic that we passed up earlier. Primary banking relationship, 60 freaking percent. 60%. All right. What I think is the most interesting about that is if you look at primary banking relationships with SoFi, for example, you're going to see a number closer to 25%. Okay. You look at Cash App, it's going to be anywhere between like 2.5% to 5%. So the difference here is unbelievable. The primary banking relationship is the top end user. That's what you want, because then they end up spending the most through you. They end up saving the most through you. They end up getting ancillary products like, or products that they need as they evolve through their financial, what do you call it? Life, I guess. If they need a house, they're going to get a mortgage, right? Okay. Nubank doesn't currently offer these products, but they're going to go through Nubank first in order to see if potentially they have a referral for them or if they can do the origination themselves. I mean, currently that's not the business that Nubank is in, but it just goes to highlight, like, as they get along at, like, if they continue to collect deposits and they do break through this massive credit card, opportunity, and they need to keep growing, well, there's tons of more growth to come with auto loans and mortgages. And I mean, they just started getting into business loans. I mean, just broke into business loans. So the opportunity here is immense. Where does it say that Buffett owns shares? In his 13F. The company does not need to tell you that they are owned by Buffett. Buffett needs to tell you that they own Nubank. So go to Buffett and find out if he owns Nubank. He does. What else? What else? I don't know if there is anything else that really stands out to me. I mean, we already covered all these. Annualized ROE 28%, annualized adjusted return on equity 33%. These are industry leading. Okay, unbelievable. But that being said, I've already passed 20 minutes. I cannot go over my 30-minute mark here. So let's move on. We have other stories to talk about and many things to get through. What I wanted to highlight, or if there's a takeaway, is that you don't need to buy Nubank, but I would put it on a watch list and I'd watch it carefully. That, I think, is something that everyone can do. Find companies that have real moats or are in geographies that just seemingly can not as easy, or has tons of opportunity, but not easily be broken into. Let's talk about another pretty interesting opportunity here. All right. Dex, good to see you, brother. I asked him to send more comments, and he did. He put a frog drinking a coffee. Or just a frog and a coffee. Maybe he doesn't drink it. PayPal and UKG launch payroll integration to enable easy access to payroll funds. What? Okay, I'm sorry. Now, I've already read through this, so my excitement for this is already past. But I know in finance, it comes and goes quite quickly. But essentially, there is a massive amount of businesses, about 70,000 businesses that are signed up through UKG Pro that could potentially be doing payroll services with them. Okay. Now, users that, well, specifically American users that are signed up through their employer through UKG Pro can then also enable PayPal to be the payout that they prefer and set up direct deposit. Okay. This could allow for more direct contracts with employees and their, PayPal becoming their direct deposit or primary banking relationship, if we're going to get into that. And in no way does this, or do I hate this relationship at all? This is awesome. Get 4.3% with PayPal, get their credit card that ends up giving you 3% cash back on, PayPal checkout purchases, or 2% cash back everywhere else. It's a freaking awesome promotion. PayPal, honestly, in the US for banking services is a pretty great freaking deal. I wish I was there, But this is just another great relationship that we saw posted today that definitely doesn't hurt. I don't know how much it moves the marker, not because it's not a huge company to partner with, but because PayPal is already so large, right? It's hard to find those like absolute go from 6% a year to 16%. That's extremely hard to find. I don't think there's a single partnership that actually gets them there. But yeah, absolutely great news to the Coinbase lovers out there. I got to keep track of the time. I got 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes. Let me get ready because it's going to be a good one. If you guys are watching, stick around for 5 minutes because there's going to be an announcement I can't wait for you guys to hear. If you're a Coinbase lover and you live in Hawaii, congratulations. You can now buy, sell, and manage crypto with ease in Hawaii. Awesome. I don't think it's the largest opening up, but I mean, it's definitely great to know that they have more markets that they can break into. I'll do 2 more stories here. I have more than that I wanted to cover, but I am running out of time quickly. For the new people that are showing up, stick around for the next 5 minutes. It's going to get good. It's going to get good. Now, Nubank, really quickly, is now using their massive expertise in fixed income products and their new invest products to go and help some of the larger institutions, helping with pension funds and social security schemes to end up giving them some of their fixed income products. So, new asset closed July with 3.8 billion Brazilian reais in assets under management, of which 3.3 billion are in fixed income and private credit. Okay, so very, very exciting. Let's see here. Time's a ticking for me. Time is ticking. It shouldn't be bootleg. Bootleg's tomorrow, right? I wouldn't have posted if I thought that it was bootleg. Robinhood welcomes Jeff Pinner as Chief Technology Officer. Okay? We're thrilled to announce that Jeff Pinner has joined Robinhood as Chief Technology Officer. He's deeply respected as an innovator who can help us accelerate our roadmap, scale our infrastructure, enhance customer customer experiences, and drive operational efficiencies. Now, Vlad Tenev said, great engineering is crucial for our ability to build cutting-edge financial products at Robinhood, which is why we're excited to welcome Jeff as CTO, Chief Technology Officer. Jeff's experience in infrastructure and AI will help drive engineering excellence so we can deliver innovative services to our customers. Jeff has held key roles at leading technology companies, leading his deep technical knowledge to transform the way businesses operate. Jeff joins Robinhood from Cruise, where he was a distinguished engineer. Prior to Cruise, Jeff spent almost a decade at Lyft, where he helped scale their engineering infrastructure, grow their rideshare service, lead their marketplace organization, and most recently, serve as Lyft's CTO. All right. Very interesting news at Robinhood. They are always trying to be on the cutting edge of technology, and signing with Jeff Pinner maybe pushes them even further. Michael, you got no clue, brother. Dave, I got 1 minute. Okay, can we wait 1 minute? Can we just wait? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just stepping in, I have some news. Robinhood is way better than SoFi. Why can't we just like two businesses, huh? So if you guys saw, as the time ticks down, I've been tweeting. And that has... I don't know why I'm more nervous about this video dropping than the actual event itself, but I got a video coming out in 30 seconds or whatever that was a ton of fun for me to end up producing. I'm just waiting for this tweet to drop, so I have it scheduled, and unfortunately, okay, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me sign off by saying I recently had a chat with Vlad Tenev, co-founder and CEO of Robinhood. We explored his bold and exciting vision for the company and the challenges that lie ahead. You guys can tune in to hear how Vlad is redefining what's possible for retail investors. It happened. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So freaking cool. By far the coolest dude I've ever spoken to. And unlike every question that's asking him, Amit, brother, I spoke to Amit a ton to help try to make this video as best as possible. and come up with some questions for Vlad. But one thing I did do was not sort of, go watch the video. You'll see. I did not give him boring questions. I tried to ask a lot of things that I needed to know as an investor, which hopefully gives you guys some more in-depth views of Robinhood. Thank you so much. Go take a look at this video. It's a fun one. You can go to Twitter. You can just click on the channel thing. Go watch Vlad. Go watch Vlad. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Bye for now.